Effortless winter style ideas. That's what today's video is all about. Even though we are up before the sun rises, sitting in an airplane seat for 2 to 4, 5 hours, we still want to walk off the plane and look like we're all put together and not feel like a scrunched up Chipotle burrito. I have found my favorite pieces for winter travel with layering up the certain colors that I like to stick to so that it's easy to check off the list. Sneakers, the shoes, the accessories, and all that in between, so that on travel day and while on vacation, my outfits are easy, ready to go, and I don't have to think about it. Because I love fashion, I love style, I just don't like spending a ton of time matching and putting all different things together. I want it to be quick so that I can get out and enjoy the vacation. Stick around if that's for you. And if you're a midlife, like 40s, 50 plus lady that also likes travel style, this is the place to be today. Let's go. Sometimes our travel style does not match TSA reality. As that pilot wife lady who has flown for 25 plus years, we have gone through all of the pre-TSA to life in TSA, all the changes that they make all the time. We make a style adapted to that so that we don't get caught off guard as we're going through security at every airport. I have a few pieces that I mix and match. I change up each winter, but for the most part, I stick with the same color scheme. I like layers because one minute we are freezing on the airplane, the next minute we're jumping on another airplane that's 102 degrees. So by having easy zip or pull off layers, that makes a travel day a lot easier, but not being miserable in between and looking like we're all put together and ready to jet. First up are base layers. Anything that is cotton. I do long sleeves. Sometimes I do a t-shirt. And then there's other times, depending on my top layer, I'll just do a tank top. Something that keeps my core warm, but my arms and sleeves will be covered for the most part. That's all I really need. When I find a comfortable base layer, I will usually get one in white and one in black, which is what I've done with this one. It just kind of lays perfectly across my hips. Or if I want, I can tuck it in. Find a base layer that is super comfortable to you, usually 100% cotton, something that's breathable. This would be your best bet, and then get it in the colors that you wear most often. For me, that would be a black, a white, a cream if they have it, or maybe like a heather gray. Next up is the top layer, whether it be a sweater, sweatshirt, full zip, half zip, whatever you're comfortable with. Taking off if you get too warm, that's your go-to. Again, I like neutral colors because it's easy and effortless for me to match. It has a hood. Should I want to lift it up on the plane? Not normally my thing, but you never know. Some planes, some rides get really cold. Anything that can be that second layer that can come off. Something that you can style up. So it's rather simple, plain. Sometimes I'll just mess with the sleeves and then pull that color back over it so it gives it a little extra texture popping out. We can add sunglasses. I add my dot necklaces that I don't have it on, it mixes with my microphone. Some simple type of necklace that won't set off the TSA alarms when you're going through the airport, but still gives it a little more texture, a little more pop, being pretty effortless. Here's some other sweater ideas, top cover ideas that I also fly with. I'll do some still photos off to the side as a full outfit so you can kind of get a better idea. I'm pretty neutral for the most part. I do have pops of color, but I don't usually travel with them. And if I do, I'll make my bottoms all solid. So again, I can mix and match pretty easily. Cashmere, cotton, something that's easily breathable is gonna be your best bet. Also, that adds a little extra texture without effort are cable sweaters. That one is my shorter one in navy. And then I have this basic essential longer one, say if you're wearing leggings or tighter fit pants. And then one of my all-time favorites would be my coatigan. So it's like a cardigan, but it's long enough, heavy enough that I can use it as a light fall to early winter coat. And then you can belt it to add just maybe a little extra style to it. Extra layer, stylish, doesn't wrinkle easily, perfect for that travel day outfit. Moving down to the bottoms. Jeans, always an easy go-to. These are denim, come in multiple different colors, which I love. And the best part, they come in lengths for us Smurf size people and for those that are tall. They hit right about my ankles. They're loose fitting. We want to avoid anything that's going to be too tight that it might cut off circulation, because that is bad when we're flying long periods of time for DVT. But there's always that in the back of my mind. Anything that's going to restrict circulation, we save that for the trip and not the plane ride. The other thing I like about these is they are somewhat loose because I'm a bit hippie. They don't restrict here, but they're tight enough that if I don't want to wear a belt, they're not sagging down, which I like, because sometimes belts will set off the alarms in the airport, have to go back through, et cetera, et cetera. This way, if I don't want to wear a belt, they still stay where they're supposed to stay. Two other denim favorites, boyfriend cut jeans. These have the raw edge, but I also have hem edge. They are also a looser fit, which is perfect for fly day. And then there are have become my all-time favorite sweatpant jeans. These ones actually have a real button and pockets. The back faux pockets, and these are wide leg, nice and baggy. And then I have another pair that are strictly pull on. Everything in front is a picture, an iron on, I don't know what word you want to use. And then on the side they have pockets, but they are pull on, pull off, no real button, which is a dream on travel day and if you ever have to use the airplane bathroom. Two other winter style travel day favorites. I know, mixed reviews, but hear me out. Barrel pants or barrel jeans. Either people love them, they hate them. I didn't know what I would do, so I tried a pair and I love them. They are baggy all the way around. They have pockets, again, elastic waistband, pull up, pull down, very easy. And then they are loose fitting throughout the leg. They hit right at the ankle, so they're not dragging on the floors. They're just comfy. Might want to give them a try for your winter style. And if you get really cold on the airplane, these are also perfect for wearing a pair of thin Cuttlebug insulated, what do you call those things? We used to call them long johns, but you know what I'm talking about. Just like a second pair. They're very thin, but they keep you nice and warm, and they go perfect under these barrel pants, barrel jeans. And my last go-to winter style they're a little dressier, but they also fit loose. They have length for really short and very tall. They do have these ties. Sometimes tuck them on insides, so I don't have to worry about that. Or you just loop them up, no big deal. Look stylish, look like you're all put together. Pockets, they're a great go-to for me on a winter travel day. And returning up top, I have another video that I'll link on jackets that I've used for this fall and winter travel days. This is one of my favorite ones. It is so compact. It has, I can't do it, but it shows you where you can tie everything up and wrap the coat inside the inside pocket, and so it's got its own little storage bag. It is great for winter travel. Sometimes it does get cold enough where I am all three of these, or I will use it over my legs. Say with this sweater, it just gives a little pop of color to my all gray look. Easy to take on a trip, very warm, and I could even use it as a pillow on the flight if I'm lucky enough to get a window seat. Other way I like to winter accessorize, if you've been here a couple times, you'll know scarves. They're my favorite. Summer, winter, spring, fall, I got scarves for it all. And with a pop of color, this last trip I did, and this was pulled out in the airport bathroom as I was getting up early. It was a nice pop of color to go with the gray, and it doesn't take much effort at all. This is a thinner cashmere scarf, which I love. And then here are a few of my neutral wool and then a thicker cashmere scarf that are easy that I take along. Great use of style, extra warmth, and a pillow on the plane. I also have a video on a few scarf tying ideas. I can link that below as well. They just add so much without much effort at all. So if I just take it like that, pull that through, and adjust it how you like it. Easy peasy, and I'm walking to my gate. This takes us to our shoes. Sneakers are always the easiest bet, especially since now we don't have to take our shoes off going through security. You don't have to worry about the laces or fumbling around with it. Sneakers rarely go off, and I add a caveat to that because when I say rarely, there's sometimes where it just may happen the alarm goes off for some other reason, or who knows, but you will be asked to take off your shoes, take off your belt, take off your jacket, whatever it may be. Just be prepared for that. But for the most part, you'll be able to walk through stress-free wearing sneakers. If you're like me, I like lighter colored sneakers sometimes. Definitely protect them before your first trip. Last longer, stay whiter longer. Just a little winter tip, because obviously winter time, it gets a little messy out there. Other easy matchable items are Chelsea boots, easy slip on, slip off, and even sometimes loafers. Suede, again, spray them, or leather. Sometimes I'll do those as well, just as something fun, not as warm, but depending on where you're going, it may work. And top it all off, accessories. When I accessorize, like I said, scarves, always a go-to for me, whether I have it in my personal item bag or my suitcase, sometimes more than one. It's an easy pop of color and you can style it so many different ways. The other thing would be my necklaces that I wear. These have never gone off through security, and whether you want a little bracelet bling, you can add those to the outfit too. Crossbody. Just remember, you'll have to leave space in your personal item bag because you can only take 2. Keep this in there. When you're walking around the airport, it's an easy go-to. Or when you're sitting on the plane, it can also be your in-flight. You can take it back out and put all your go-to stuff in there, whether it be your AirPods, sanitizing wipe, gum, mint, snack, all that. You could keep that inside your crossbody bag too. Use it as an accessory as well as make it practical. And then, of course, don't forget the sunglasses, because it could be winter cold, but the sun is still out. Before we get to today's bloopers, I wanted to do some quick photos of all the outfits put together so that you can get a better idea and help you put together your winter travel day outfits. The most important things to remember is, 1, the material. Make sure it's breathable, cottons, cashmeres. Those breathable materials make a huge difference, especially when you're layering. 2, when you pick your color scheme, sometimes it's just easiest to go monochrome. Sometimes I just like to do denim bottoms and do pattern tops. You can mix and match anything with denim. You go with the camel color, the neutrals, camels, ivories. Those are gorgeous. I'm a spiller, so sometimes I steer away from those unless I'm layering up and can hide it. Whatever works for your kind of style, pick that recipe so that on your winter travel day, it's going to be a snap to put something together without thinking too hard about it. And you're gonna be fashionable, stylish, you're gonna look awesome. It's your kind of style. That's the most important part. And not freezing to death on the airplane. Can we get an amen to that? Or cooking, one or the other. Either one. Just wanna be in the middle, not the middle seat, but in the middle of not too hot, not too cold. I'm Andrea, that pilot wife lady, sharing all things travel so that you can travel well, travel light, and travel in your kind of style. Thanks for being here. If it was helpful, please hit the like button, maybe even subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for being here. Happy travels. No lipstick. Like you're ready to walk down a Milan runway. It's not a runway. Is it a runway? What is that? Like a Milan during Fashion Week. Looking like the material, What is the material? I don't know what the material is. Which is perfect for really short. It just keeps them, whoa, cut.